Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be making some homemade mustard. And in doing so, you don't want to use a reactive pan. You want a non-reactive pan. The pans you don't want to use is aluminum, copper, iron, or a non-stainless steel. The ones you can use is ceramic, enamel, glass, and definitely stainless steel. I have a enamel coated, and that's what I'm going to use today. And I'm going to start with a cup of cold water. And I'm going to mix in it 3/4 cup of yellow dry mustard. I'm going to mix in a 1/2 teaspoon of ground turmeric. I had to make sure you could see. A teaspoon of garlic powder, an 1/8 teaspoon of paprika, and 3/4 teaspoon of kosher salt or coarse sea salt. And you're going to mix that in to start with. You are going to whisk it until it's nice and smooth. And you're going to cook it over low to medium heat. And I'll probably put mine on like a 4 to get it started and see how it goes. You want to cook it for about 30 to 45 minutes. You want it to simmer until it thickens to a nice paste. And then we're going to add the vinegar. For the next step. So basically, I'm just going to be keeping an eye on it till it is a nice thick paste, and stirring it once in a while. So it doesn't stick to the bottom and burn, or that's why you cook it on such a low enough temperature, enough that it's just, simmering. I guess I won't have you watch the whole time. It's got to heat up and everything. I will check in here and there and show you the progress, but for about 30 to 45 minutes, I'll be watching this, and then we'll come back and it's 1/2 cup of vinegar, and I'll show you the rest of it then, because it takes a little bit longer to cook after you add the vinegar. So we'll be back in a short time. Also, you want to do this in a well-ventilated area. You don't want it tight quarters, small space type stuff, because it is going to be a vinegar and stuff like that. So, all right, we'll be back in a little bit. All right, so it's only been about 8.5 minutes, and it's already thickening up. And the smelling, it's tolerable at the moment. I did put my little fan on low, so that way I could help the smell, but you would still be able to hear me, so. But it's slow, starting to thicken up nicely, but it needs to be a thick paste, so we're going to keep going, and we'll check in a few more minutes. All right, it's been 30 minutes. And it's thickening up. Smells a little bit stronger. You surely don't want to have your face over it, because it'll get you even your eyes a little bit. And I haven't even added the vinegar yet. Still waiting for it to get to a nice thick paste. So we'll be back shortly. Alright, it's coming into a nice thick paste now. I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer. But as you can see, I mean, and the thicker it gets, the more you don't want to stand up above it. I can't wait to see what it's going to be like when I add the vinegar. This is my first time doing this. I've had the recipe wrote down for quite a long time, actually. I just never did it. And I decided, hey, when I was going through my recipe book going, what would be good? I'd be like, let's try this. So, here we are, trying this together for the first time. Now, once I add the vinegar in, it's 7 to 15 minutes till it thickens up to however thickness you want it. All right. I think this is a nice thick paste. Trying to clean it all off the thing. Alright. So I'm going to pour in the vinegar. Half a cup vinegar, white vinegar. Making a mess. Alright, whisk it in real good. Now that's mostly started, I'm going to go back to the rubber spatula because I can't get the sides of the pan real good. So before I make too much of a mess with that thing. Let's clean up my mess first. Alright. And now it's, 7 to 15 minutes. I'm going to put 15 minutes on my thing and keep an eye on it. Alright, we'll bring it back to a little simmer and let it thicken back up again. We'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, so it's been 15 minutes and it is nice texture. See if I can. And I'm sure as it cools down and stuff and in the fridge, it'll even be a little bit thicker. But yeah. So I'm gonna let it cool down for a few minutes and then I'm gonna put it in a mason jar. Take this off the burner, and this will store upwards about 3 months. The mustard will be pungent for the first few days to weeks. So I mean, with time goes by, it'll lighten up. Let me get this so we can get a close picture. The lighting. Okay, let's try this. Oh, did I turn that on? Oops. That's why. Okay. Oh, I'm jumbling you all about. Alright. A nice, beautiful yellowish color. A little bit of brown tint to it. But yeah, that's beautiful. And guess I don't need this loud noise on anymore. So I'm gonna let this cool off a few minutes and then I will jar it up and bring you back to have a look. Give me a few moments. Alright, it's cooled off a little bit. So now I'm going to try to put this in this jar without making a mess. I have to say, minus the strong smell at the moment, it actually smells very nice. I like mustard, so can't have a hot dog or a burger without it. Not the same if you have to go without. Guess I could have used a half pint. I thought it was going to be a little bit too much, so I opted for the pint jar. That's all right. Next time I know. I'm really glad I tried this recipe. Although it is probably going to be really strong, I am going to taste it. Alright. Oh wow. That's good. A little bit strong, but it's very good. Alright. Yeah, I guess I could have put it in a half pint, because it's up to about the 1 cup mark. So there we go. Homemade mustard. And I can't wait to try it on a burger this weekend. Let the strength die down a little bit, and good to go. Homemade mustard. Let's get maybe on something that's not so dark. All right, so there you go. Homemade mustard. Well, thanks for coming for the ride. First time making mustard, and try it. You might like it. If you like mustard, you'll definitely like it, and it's better for you. Doesn't have all the nasty ingredients. So there you go. See you in the next video. Bye.